Mic check 1 2 3 4 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 3 4 1 2 1 2. And welcome to Sioux Falls O'Gorman High School. This is the site of the O'Gorman Knights for Sioux Falls Roosevelt Rough Riders basketball doubleheader today, starting with the girls' game, tipping off in about 10 minutes, and then the boys' game to follow this afternoon. This is Brett Byler with the Bishop O'Gorman Catholic Schools YouTube channel. The first matchup will be the O'Gorman Knights, first in power points, number 1 in state at 8-0, 5-0 at home, versus the Sioux Falls Roosevelt Rough Riders at 2-7, 0-2 on the road tonight. So O'Gorman, the Lady Knights, are coming off 2 wins this week. They defeated Sioux Falls Lincoln Thursday night 72-29 at O'Gorman High School, and they defeated Aberdeen Central 64-27 on Tuesday night here at O'Gorman after having a little bit of a layoff due to some bad weather last week, some postponements on games which will be made up in the coming weeks. The Lady Knights on a roll to start the season off. The team is kind of led by their defensive attack. They're forcing 19.3 steals a game. They're getting opponents are committing 28.4 turnovers a game against the Lady Knights. O'Gorman's only allowing 28.1 points a game. So defensively, when you're creating more turnovers than the points allowed per your opponents through 8 ball games, you're going to be doing pretty well, which the Lady Knights are a team that has a really good experience coming back from last year, a team that plays really fast. They're tenacious defensively. That diamond press is kind of the start of everything. Once they get the basket, they can set up that press, and they just create a lot of turnovers. We saw that in Aberdeen in that game on Tuesday night, where Aberdeen scored the first point on a free throw, and then O'Gorman scored the next 13. A lot of turnovers. The Lady Golden Eagles could barely get any shots attempts up in the first quarter. And then once one turnover happens, it's another turnover, and it's kind of like a waterfall effect. So for Sioux Falls Roosevelt tonight, coached by Blake Bradfield with some O'Gorman ties on Coach Roby's staff for a long time. His mom's been a teacher at O'Gorman. This is his second year at Roosevelt. His team really needs to try to take care of the basketball the best they can. We'll give them the best chance to keep this game close. Two teams actually met back on December 12th. At the Sanford Pentagon. The Knights won 58-16 in that ball game, in that Pentagon Classic game. So these two teams have met before, so you're kind of aware of each other. But kind of a tough week for Sioux Falls Roosevelt, losing 2 close games. They lost on Tuesday night to Harrisburg 46-42 at Roosevelt, and then last night they lost at Yankton 31-29. So 2 losses by less than 5 points this week for Coach Bradfield's girls. They're 1-3 in games decided by 10 points or less this season. A team that's kind of struggles to score a little bit, only averaging 38 points a game. Do a pretty good job defensively, only allowing 48 points a game, where O'Gorman scores 62 points a game. They allow 21. The Knights are 3-0 versus teams with winning records. Roosevelt 0-5 right now. Riders sit at 13th in the power points. Knights sit at first right now. We're about at the halfway point of the season, so obviously SODAC 16, you want to be in the top 16 to be qualified for those games to make it to the state tournament, which will be at the Sanford Pentagon this year. Some key players for both these teams. Molly Abdouche, she got her 1,000th career point for O'Gorman Tuesday night against Aberdeen Central. She averages about 18 points. 5 steals, 4 assists a game. So Lucy Moore, someone to watch for the Knights, averaging 8 points, almost 5 rebounds, 2.8 steals. And Julia Eggert, 7.8 points, 4.9 rebounds, 2.8 steals. She's at the top of that press. And who's played really well this week off the bench for O'Gorman, who actually started last year. She's a senior, Peyton Peterson. She had 16 points against Lincoln, which is a game high Thursday night for Lady Knights, and she had 11 points against Aberdeen Central. So she's come off the bench this week with some scoring and 27 points in those 2 ball games. Knights are coached by Kent Colesrud in his 26th year at the helm for the O'Gorman Knights. Some other girls games going on right now. There's a couple finals actually. Rapid City Stevens won at Brookings today, 59-46. And Mitchell stays undefeated as they won at Harrisburg 46-44. So the Colonels 9-0 on the season. Some games going on right now. We'll get some scores throughout the broadcast. Huron is hosting Sioux Falls Jefferson and girls. Watertown and Rapid City Central's girls. That game should be a final at the start time. Well, that game actually is at 1 o'clock, excuse me. So that game's going on at the Watertown Civic Arena. At 3 o'clock, the Aberdeen Central ladies will host Brandon Valley, and later tonight, St. Thomas More hosts Douglas on the girls' side of things. Again, this is a doubleheader. The boys' game will be following, around maybe 4 o'clock for a start time. The Rider boys defeated O'Gorman 49-41 in that Pentagon Classic back on December 12th. We'll take a little break. We're about 3 minutes away from the clock to run out. Then there'll be the national anthem. There'll be the player introductions, and then the tip-off. Probably in about 5 to 7 minutes of real time. We'll be back in a bit. We'll get you the starters for these 2 teams and kind of get you the final thoughts as we set for the girls matchup between the Knights and the Riders. All right, welcome back. This is Brett Byler at the Bishop O'Gorman Catholic Schools YouTube channel. Isaac Struck will be joining me in a little bit. Let's get to the starting lineups. First for the visitors, the Sioux Falls Roosevelt Rough Riders. They'll be starting number 1, Matea Cousins, a 5'7" sophomore guard. Cousins averages about 7.3 points a game in the season. Also number 3, Brooklyn Cole. She's a 5'7" guard. That's a junior. Leading scorer, 10.9 points, 4.3 rebounds, 2.3 steals for the Rough Riders. Number 15 is Elizabeth Asifa. She is a 6-foot senior forward, averaging about 3 points, 4 rebounds a game. Number 25 is Morgan Johnson, a 5'9" junior guard. She averages about 7 points a game, 3.5 rebounds. And rounding out the starting 5 of the Riders is number 31, Aubrey McCall, a 5'11" junior forward, averaging 5.4 points, leads the Riders with 4.3 rebounds a game, coached by Blake Bradfield in his second season. For the Lady Knights, they'll be starting Lucy Moore, number 11, a 5'7" senior guard, 8.3 points, 4.8 rebounds a game. Number 15, Molly Abdouche, a 5'8" senior guard, leading the Knights with 18 points, 4.8 steals, 3.5 assists. Number 30, Sydney Tervine, a 5'10" sophomore guard, averaging 5 points a game. Number 31, Julia Eggert, a 5'10" junior forward, averaging 8 points, 5 rebounds. And number 35, Oweng Okoye, averaging 4.6 points, 5 rebounds. 6'2" senior center. Here's the national anthem. And that was a national anthem sung by some O'Gorman, O'Gorman choir members, doing a great job. The game can be watched and listened to tonight on the Bishop O'Gorman Catholic Schools YouTube channel. Just go to youtube.com, type in Bishop O'Gorman Catholic Schools, and you'll be able to find this live stream. Starters are getting introduced on the court. If you're watching the stream, the Riders in the maroon tops, maroon shorts, Knights in their cathedral colors with the white jerseys and the green trim. You don't see that often, but it's kind of fun to have them wear those throwback uniforms in this basketball game. Again, this will be a doubleheader. Boys game will follow this game. Pretty good crowd for the start, especially when you look at both sides, Roosevelt and O'Gorman, for a Saturday afternoon start. Pretty full on both sides. Student section not as full either way, but expecting, I would say, by tip-off the boys game, that will fill up as well. I look at the schedule for next week as we have a few minutes before tip. O'Gorman will be pretty busy next week, and their schedule for the Lady Knights, they'll be at Yankton Monday night at 7 o'clock. That's a makeup from a game that was postponed last Saturday afternoon. They'll be at Washington Thursday night at 5:30 p.m., and then they'll be at Pierre on Friday night, the 26th at 7 p.m. before they come back here on Tuesday, January 30th to host T area. So Washington 5-4, Pierce 7-3, and T area 9-1. Those 3 games back to back should give the Knights a little competition there. Again, O'Gorman 8-0 on the season. Roosevelt 2-7. Both teams now on the court. Opening tip just seconds away. Thank you for tuning in. If you're a Roosevelt fan, if you're an O'Gorman fan, sit tight, get some popcorn. We're going to have some good basketball going on for you for the next couple hours. Here's Abdouche to the basket. Molly Abdouche scores it really quickly off the opening tip to give the Knights a 2-0 lead. Brooklyn Cole gets it over to McCall, and that ball is thrown away as she's trying to get Cousins off her hands around half court. So as I mentioned in the pregame, though, Gorman Lady Knights force about 28.4 turnovers a game. Roosevelt already gets 1 on their first possession. That's something that the Riders want to keep this close. They need to try to limit those turnovers. Here's Lucy Moore to Molly Abdouche. Thought about the 3. Brooklyn Cole on her man-to-man defense so far. And Coy hits the side of the backboard on that, I believe is a shot attempt, and it's out of bounds. It'll be Roosevelt ball. Cole with it, looking for some help as Agert and Lucy Moore are on her. She gets over to McCall. And she travels as that second trap gets there. So they break the initial one. That's kind of been the theme watching the Lady Knights play Tuesday night and also Thursday night is if you get past half court, they're going to trap you right there. And that time they had her pinned against the sideline. She traveled. So Moore over to Abdouche. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Molly with it down low to Agert. Nice catch. Her shot is up and good over Asifa. Riders do break the press. Here's Cousins. Gets it back. Shot no good. I think Agert might have been out of bounds. It's hard for me to see that lower baseline. So she's out of bounds. The Riders will regain possession. Shot did not hit the rim, so shot clock sits at 24 seconds. Johnson with it. Corner is McCall. Here's Cole with it. Down low, here's Asifa. Her shot is blocked by Coy. There'll be 1 on the shot clock. Roosevelt regains possession, so they just have to catch and shoot it. And that's a shot clock violation that time. Good idea. They found Asifa, but she was kind of sandwiched between 2 Knights defenders to get the shot up. Abdouche, Terveen, Agert, Okoye, and Moore, your same starting 5 all season long for the Knights. Here's Terveen driving baseline. Floating shot is no good. She's fouled, I believe, by Morgan Johnson, and she'll get 2 free throws. Terveen, the sophomore guard's first free throw is no good. She'll have 1 more. Second one a little bit long. Loose ball, rebound by Cousins. And I don't think she even saw Lucy Moore, who knocked it away, and then she dribbled it off her foot, so Roosevelt regained possession. That's the importance of talking, whether you're a teammate out there for her, because Cousins obviously couldn't see Lucy coming from behind her, but some of the other Riders girls probably could have and let her know so she could have jump stopped and held onto the ball. So that ball is tipped away. Sometimes it's just those little things in basketball make big difference. That communication factor. Asifa with it. Cross-court, dangerous pass, and that ball landed in the O'Gorman student section. Stay with the Riders. Wang Okoye knocked that one out of bounds. Knights drop down in the 2-3 zone. Johnson high post. McCall out to Cole for 3. High arching shot just hit the front rim. Here is Terveen out in front of the pack. Her shot is good and the foul by Cousins. So off the missed 3-pointer, the Knights get a leak out, and then Terveen in front of the pack gets the layup to go. That's another thing playing O'Gorman is you have to make sure you get a girl back on the defensive end because they love to leak a guard out for those fast break opportunities. Sydney Terveen, after missing 2 free throws, she makes that one. 7-0 Knights. So Coach Blake Bradfield's going to call a timeout now. That pretty much avoided the turnover because Cole was trapped. So this will be a quick 30-second timeout. We'll take a quick break. 5:16 left in the first quarter. O'Gorman leading the Riders 7-0. Welcome back to O'Gorman High School. This is Brett Byler with the Bishop O'Gorman Catholic Schools YouTube channel. Thanks again for joining us this afternoon for Knights and Roosevelt Riders basketball. Riders will get the ball after the timeout by Coach Bradfield. Cole is trapped and she falls down. Loose ball, rebound, or Lucy Moore picks it up to Molly for 3. A little bit long, rebound by Terveen. Here is Moore. High pick by Eggert. Abdush for 3. Got it. Bullseye. Molly Abdush from downtown. 10-0 O'Gorman. We're about at the halfway point here of the first quarter. Here is Cousins. Breaks the press. Nice pass right through McCall's hands, but she recovers it. Here's Cole for 3. He's got it. There's a turnover. Nice job by the Riders. Cousins with the steal. Cole's shot is blocked by Abdush. They had numbers for a second. Now they're going to reset it up. Johnson. Asifa with it, looking for help. Johnson to Cole for 3. No good. Rebound by Asifa. And she is fouled on the putback. So Elizabeth Asifa to the line for 2 free throws. Wang Akoi with her first foul. Team's first. And Asifa's free throw is good. So Peyton Peterson, Claire Benson, and Ruby Moore check in for the O'Gorman Knights. Asifa's second free throw is no good. They replaced Terveen, Lucy Moore, and Julia Ager. Here comes Ruby Moore. Over to Claire Benson for 3, in and out. Rebound by Ruby Moore. And she just took one too many steps that time on the offensive rebound, so a turnover for O'Gorman. 10-4 Knights. Riders have scored the last 4. Asifa looking for Cousins. That ball is knocked away, and then Abdush's pass is stolen by Cole. Cole's jump stop no good. Loose ball. Bodies on the floor. Will be a jump ball. Knights getting a little bit, those passes the last few possessions have been a little bit lazier and been stolen by the Riders, so got to take care of the basketball. Here's Morgan Johnson. Her shot is short. I don't know if she might have twisted her ankle when she came down. She's a little slow getting up the front court. Here's Peterson. is good. Cole doing a lot of dribbling over to Johnson. Looking ahead for Cousins. That's intercepted by Peterson. Claire Benson over to Ruby Moore for threes. Got it. The freshman Ruby Moore from downtown. Here comes Cousins. She'll break the press. Out to Johnson. Thought at the three. She'll shoot the long two, and she'll score it. Kind of favoring that right ankle. I think we might get a sub for her in a second. Here is Peterson. Ran into McCall, and she'll go to the free throw line. 15-6 O'Gorman leading. 2:20 left here in the first quarter. Peyton Peterson, the 5'6" senior guard, to the free throw line. First one is a little bit off. Julia Agert in for a wing at Coy. Kinsley Pasica, a 5'5" sophomore guard, is in for Roosevelt. Pasica replacing Asifa. Pasica loses it. It's off. Let's see. Is it off Peterson or off McCall? We're going to stay with Roosevelt as a referee. Cole with it. Knights back off this time on the press. Now they're going to get the extended 2-3 zone going. Cole over to Cousins. She almost lost it. Recovered by Johnson with Peterson all over her. Down low to McCall, and that's an over the back by Claire Benson. Oh, that ball was thrown. I don't know who, but Ruby Moore has it. And she'll get the layup. So Ruby Moore, 5 quick points off the bench for her. Cole with it. She'll break the press to Pasica for 3. No good. Rebound by Molly. Oh, nice pass by Ruby, and McCall with a hard foul on Peterson. That'll be, I think, McCall's second foul. And both have been on Peterson in similar spots on the court. Peyton Peterson back to the line for the Knights. Her free throw is good. So Lucy Moore in for Molly Abdu, Sydney Tervine in for Claire Benson. Elizabeth Asifa is in for Aubrey McCall for the Riders. Second free throw, no good by Peterson. Offensive rebound by Agert. They're going to call an offensive foul on Peterson on the drive to the basket. Knights get that press going again. Here is Morgan Johnson. Throws it over the top to Cousins, who had it, and then loses it out of bounds. (19-6) O'Gorman at the minute mark of the first quarter. Peterson guarded by Cole with it. Tervine thought about the 3. She'll dribble in. Left-handed shot. No good. Ager's rebound is no good. She is fouled. Nice drive by Tervine that time. Just didn't get enough English on the ball to get it over the front rim. But Julia Agert following it up with that. And now that'll be Morgan Johnson's second foul. So 2 fouls by McCall, 2 fouls by Johnson for the Riders. And they don't play a lot of girls normally anyway. Usually about a 7 lady rotation, talking to Coach Bradfield before the game. Eggert makes the first free throw. Second one is good. So Cousins with it to Johnson, trying to break that press. 2-2-1 right now is the press. And they will not break it. That'll be a 10-second violation. $40 seconds here in the first quarter, 35 on the game clock. So about a 5-second differential game clock to shot clock. In the corner, Terveen, no hesitation, 3, no good. Rebound by Cousins. She'll push the ball a little bit, get it up the front court. She'll think about the 3, and she'll travel that time. So let's see if O'Gorman now will hold for the final shot with 18 seconds left. Lucy over to Ruby. More to Moore. Here's Ruby. Back to Lucy. That ball is rejected by Asifa. Right to Eggert. Oh, she missed the short bunny. Gets her offensive rebound. Terveen, and that's how the first quarter will end. So after one quarter in girls AA basketball, it's the number 1 Sioux Falls O'Gorman Knights 21. The Sioux Falls Roosevelt Rough Riders 6. We'll take a break. We'll be back for the start of the second quarter. Welcome back. Start of the second quarter. O'Gorman leading Roosevelt in girls basketball 21-6. It'll be Knights ball. On the court for O'Gorman is your starting 5 right now. It's Molly Abdouche, Lucy Moore, Owang Akoi, Julia Eggert, and Sydney Terveen. Roosevelt with a steal that time by Cousins. Matea's shot for 3, no good. A little bit to the left of the rim. Here comes Sydney Terveen. Roosevelt has all their starters in except Kinsley Pasika is in for McCall, and that shot is up and in for Sydney Terveen. So McCall has 2 fouls for the Riders, as is Morgan Johnson. Cole is trapped. Johnson, and we're going to get a timeout by Coach Bradfield as that 10-second violation was looming for the Riders. Try to pull up the scoreboard here where we have a little bit of a break in action to give you some updates on some scores going around in AA girls and boys basketball this afternoon. The old SD Score Feed app is a good app to have if you're a fan of South Dakota high school athletics. All right, so in girls play, Mitchell defeated Harrisburg 46-44. You mentioned that one earlier. Mitchell Colonel's 9-0 on the season. Rapid City Central gets a win at the Watertown Civic Arena 50-46. Huron leading Jefferson over in Huron at the Huron Arena 33-29 going into the fourth quarter. Stevens defeats Brookings 59-46. There's a turnover by the Knights. by the Riders, then a turnover by the Knights. So let's see if Roosevelt can get across half court, and they do with Pasica. The new Rider in. Number 21, Susan Olson, a 5'8 junior guard, in for the first time. So it's Olson, Cole, Asifa, Pasica, and Johnson. Here's Asifa. Her shot is no good. Rebound by Moore, and there's a foul over the back. So that's Morgan Johnson's third foul, so she's going to have to check out. Aubrey McCollin for her. Asifa also checks out. Cousins back in. Abdouche to the basket. Her layup is good. So Molly Abdouche with a basket. Riders break the press. Here's Cole for threes. Got it. So Brooklyn Cole has 6 of the 9. And Pasica's going to get a foul on the inbounds pass. So Abdouche can get past half court. She'll go all the way. Her shot is up and good. So Molly Abdouche coast to coast. Scores it for O'Gorman. Ooh. Also steal here is the Riders' Cousins shot in and out on the floater. Good look by Olsen that time. Pasica going for the steal. Lucy Moore protecting the ball. Down low, Ager. Her shot no good. Coy had it, lost it. Ager gets it back. She throws it away. Here comes Matea Cousins with it. With Lucy Moore back, her shot is no good. They're going to call a charge. Kind of a bang-bang call that time. That charge block situation for the refs is always a tough one, and they call a charge on her. That's her second foul. So Abdouche with it. Guarded tightly by Pasica. Abdouche for 3, no good. Cousins has it, and they are going to, I think, call a foul on Awanga Coy. Had a look at the roster. So Molly Abdouche, she's wearing number 5 tonight. She normally wears number 15, but with these throwback jerseys, I don't know if there's a 15 that's not available, maybe. Going to do a foul on, I think, Lucy Moore. So that's Lucy's first. So Ruby Moore comes in for Lucy Moore. Riders trailing 27-9 with the ball. 5:13 left here in the second quarter. Cousins over to Pasica. Back to Cole. Now low to McCall. Corner now is Cousins with 15 on the shot clock. Pasica inside. It's stolen away from her by Peterson. Abdouche is no good, and she'll get fouled by Cole going to the free throw line. So those turnovers, they lead to quick basket opportunities for O'Gorman, and Molly Abdouche to the free throw line trying to get a double figure. She has 9. Molly's free throw is good. She leads the Knights, averaging about 17.8 points per game. Second free throw is also good for the SDSU commit. 29-9 Knights. Closing into the halfway point of the second quarter. Here is Susan Olsen over to Cole, back to Pasica. Down low is Cousins, shot short. Fight for the rebound. Pasica has it, no good. Okoye now with it. Ruby Moore cross court to Peyton Peterson. She's going to dribble in with the left hand. Oh, in and out. Rebound by Cole. Cole to Olsen. Olsen looking for help. Good fancy dribbling. Corner is Cousins for three. That ball is blocked away by Abdush. Good hustle by her. So Riders ball underneath O'Gorman's basket, trailing 29-9. Cousins to Cole. 3-point line across to Olsen, who throws it away. Here's Ager with a steal. She'll get it over to Lucy Moore now. Knights stay up the offense. Moore top of the key over to Ruby Moore. Benson dribbles. Peterson with it. Her shot will be a little short on the little floater. Trying to get to Cole down court. They do. She'll shoot the shot just inside the 3-point line, and it'll hit the back rim, bounce over the basket extension, and it'll be Knights ball. So Morgan Johnson with 3 fouls is back in, replacing Olsen. McCall in replacing Pasica. So Coach Bradfield rolling the dice a little bit, getting Morgan Johnson back in because she has 3 fouls. Little set play, 3-pointer off the elevator screen for Ruby Moore. That shot is no good, and the ball will stay with Roosevelt. Good play design that time. If a double picks, Ruby Moore came around and had an open look at 3, just a little bit long on the shot. Cole looking for help, gets it to Johnson in the corner. You don't want to really be there. Here is Ruby Moore with the steal. She'll shoot it. No good. Ager's follow-up is no good. We'll go back to the Riders. Cindy Tervine replacing Claire Benson. I think if you're Roosevelt, you want to try to keep the ball out of the corners. There you go. Cousins with it over to McCall. Down low to Asifa. And she is going to be fouled that time by Agert. That's her first. O'Gorman, really good recovery speed on defense. I think you thought that for sure was going to be an open layup, and Asifa hesitated just 1 second, which allowed Agert to get there and foul. So Asifa hits a free throw. She has 2 points, both on the free throw line, 2 for 3 tonight. 1 more for her. Second one rolls in and out. Lucy Moore corrals the defensive rebound. Knights pushing the pace. Down low to Agert. And that's a steal by the Riders. Cole to Johnson. Down low. Asifa wide open. Oh, and she blows the layup. Tough. Good job. Good execution. They had the odd number rush, 5-on-4. We just can't finish the layup. Lucy Moore missed the 3. Rebound by Agert. Peterson for 3. No good. Rebound by Morgan Johnson, and Cindy Tervine will get the foul. Or maybe it's a jump ball. I think it might have just been a jump ball. So anyway, the Riders will still regain possession with the possession arrow. Cole with it to Johnson. To McCall, back to Cole. Johnson thought about the 3. She'll dribble in short on the jumper. Shot by Cousins, no good. Rebound by Molly Abdush. She'll push the pace to Tervine. Nice look to Lucy Moore. That was a really nice pass by Trevine. Here comes the Knights defense now with a 31-10 lead. A minute 34 left in the second quarter. Cousins for three, a little bit long. They get rebound to Okoye, who just give it right back to Molly Abdouche. Here's Okoye. Your shot is rejected by Asifa. Good defense. So McCall and Johnson, the two girls in foul trouble, are going to check out in the last minute 20 in the first half, replaced by Olsen and Pasica. Trevine off the handoff, down low. Eggert on the left block with a left-handed shot off the glass is good. So Julia Eggert now with her 6th point of the game. Pasica over to Olsen. Lost it, but they're going to call Eggert for the foul. That's her second. 4th team foul. So both teams with 4 team fouls. The next foul for the Knights or the Riders will put the other team in the penalty. We'll put them in the penalty, the other team at the free throw line is what I meant to say. Here's a trap on Olsen, stolen away by Sydney Trevine. Here comes Molly Abdouche. Her shot is no good. Rebound by Asifa. Here's Cole with it. Doing some fancy dribbling. They're called Molly Abdouche with the body check. So she'll get the foul, so that'll put Cole to the free throw line. So Brooklyn Cole to the line. That free throw goes in and out. Cole, the leading scorer for the Riders, with 10.9 points a game. Her second free throw is good, so she has 7 of the 11 points for the Riders. 33. There's a steal that time by Pasica. Oh, and that's stolen right back by Trevine. And then Pasica will get the foul. He's pretty scrappy, that Pasica, for the Riders, a sophomore guard. Tell she's kind of been a little bit of annoyance to Molly Abdouche in the first half, and a steal off the inbounds pass. So Trevine to the free throw line. That's Pasica's second foul, 5th team foul. Her free throw is good. So Trevine was 6. 6 for Trevine, 6 for Eggert, 11 for Abdouche, 2 for Lucy Moore, 5 for Ruby Moore, and Trevine makes the second, so she has 7. Okoye comes out, as does Eggert, Claire Benson, and Peyton Peterson in for the Knights. Pass is tipped by Cousins, recovered by Olsen. Riders will get it past half court. Pasica trying to get it down low to Asifa. And I think she might dribble it off her leg, and she did. It'll be OG ball with 17.6 seconds left in the second quarter, up by 24. Lucy Moore dribbling against Cole. She'll hand off to Abdouche. 5 seconds left. Knights got to hurry. 4. Moore for 3 is good. So Lucy Moore drills the 3 as the second quarter time expires. Knights leading the Riders 38-11. We'll take a break and we'll be back for the start of the second half in a little bit. You're listening to the Bishop O'Gorman Catholic Schools YouTube channel. This is Brett Byler. All right, welcome back. This is Brett by the Bishop O'Gorman Catholic Schools YouTube channel. We're about ready to start the third quarter at O'Gorman High School. The Knight ladies leading the Riders 38-11. Let's take a look at some other games going on across South Dakota and AA girls basketball this afternoon. First off, we got a few finals. Mitchell with a win over Harrisburg, 46-44. That was at Harrisburg. The Colonels now 9-0 on the season. The Rapid City Central Cobblers winning at the Watertown Civic Arena against the Watertown Arrows, 50-46. That was a close game. Another close game. It's tied right now with a minute left at Huron. The Jefferson girls and the Huron girls tied at 44. Rapid City Stevens wins at Brookings, 59-46. The Stevens Raiders now are 7-5 on the season. Brandon Valley leading Aberdeen Central by 4 right now. Start of the second quarter in Aberdeen. And the other girls' game, St. Thomas More and Douglas, set to start at 7 o'clock Mountain Time up at St. Thomas More in Rapid City. Let's take a look at the boys' games. One boys' final. Rapid City Stevens boys defeat Brookings 59-38. The other boys' game going on right now is in Watertown. Watertown boys leading Rapid City Central 22-10. That's 5 minutes left in the second quarter. Huron is at Jefferson, or Huron's hosting Jefferson, 3 o'clock start for that one in boys. Brandon hosting Aberdeen Central at 3, and then the O'Gorman boys and Roosevelt starting around 4. All right, let's get going here in the third quarter. It'll be Knights ball. Abdush, Agert, Terveen, Akoy, and Lucy Moore, your 5 for the Knights. And Molly is hurt. I think she set a screen and she's holding her knee, maybe? Or maybe she got a shot in the chest. I'm not for sure. She's going to probably have to check out either way. Let's hope she's okay. I hope she just maybe got the wind knocked out of her. It's hard to see. I think she was setting the screen for someone, and I don't know if a rider kind of ran into her and hit her in the wrong spot, but she's holding her chest, it looks like. So she's going to check out. There's a 3 by Terveen, no good. Peyton Peterson checks in for her. (38-11) Knights leading the Riders. Here's a Wang Akoy down low to Lucy Moore. Riders playing that man-to-man defense. Akoy spinning shot, no good. Rebound by Morgan Johnson. So Morgan Johnson with the ball for the Riders. So it's Asifa, Johnson, Cousins, McCall, and Cole. Your 5 girls for the Riders. That's tipped out of bounds by Agert. Or actually tipped out of bounds by Agert off Johnson, and the Knights will get the possession. 3 fouls by Morgan Johnson. So that's a girl we got to keep track of on the fouls for the Riders. Here comes Lucy Moore. And 2 on McCall. I think the Knights have 2 on Agert. Here is Peterson off the high screen. All the way to the basket, short on the running one-hander. Rebound by McCall. Knights led 21-6 after the first quarter. They outscored the Riders 17-5 in the second frame to push that lead to 38-11. That's where we sit right now, just over a minute underway here in the third quarter. That ball is tipped by 3 players. Akoy has it. Lucy Moore to Cindy Terveen. Abdush, the leading scorer for O'Gorman with 11. Brooklyn Cole, the leading scorer for Roosevelt with 7. Terveen with it. Dribbles in, loses it. And McCall was trying to get to Cole, and that's stolen away by Agert. She'll Euro step her way in and foul by Asifa. That's Asifa's first. I'll put Julia Agert to the free throw line. Agert's free throw is up and good. 7 points tonight for Julia. And she gets them both. So Knights defense will back off and back into the 2-3 zone. See what the Riders, they kind of have a 2 out or 3 out one girl, kind of like a 4-out offense with Asifa in the post position. All the other girls kind of playing around the perimeter. Johnson dribbling in, rejected by Okoye. That pass out in front to Terveen, short on the lay-in. Okoye with the rebound. Terveen for 3 is good. So Sydney Terveen drills the 3. She now is in double figures with 10. And Coach Blake Bradfield is going to call a timeout. It's a full timeout. So we'll take a little break. The Knights leading the Riders 43-11, 5:28 left here in the third quarter. This is Brett Byler with the Bishop O'Gorman Catholic Schools YouTube channel. So Claire Benson in for O'Gorman. It'll be Riders ball, trailing by 32. I do my math real quick in my head. Rejected by Okoye. Here comes Lucy Moore pushing the pace for O'Gorman. She'll think about the 3. She'll pull it back out. Here is Peterson, who will shoot the 3. That's short. Loose ball. Brooklyn Cole with it. She's going to push the pace 1-on-2. Jump stops. Here is a 3-pointer. Is up and good for Cousins for Roosevelt. So Matea Cousins gets her first basket. So 3 3-pointers made tonight for Roosevelt. 2 by Cole and 1 by Cousins. Peterson to Okoye, hands off Terveen. She'll shoot the 3, and Sydney Terveen from downtown. Riders passing the ball around the perimeter right now. Cousins, Johnson, and Cole up front. Cole over to Cousins. She'll dribble in, and she'll lose the control of the ball out of bounds. He'll stay with Roosevelt. Ruby Moore coming in for Owang Okoye right now. Cousins with it. She'll dribble in, back out to Cole. Top of the key. 3 is good at the shot clock buzzer. So Brooklyn Cole with the 3. Lucy Moore's shot no good. Johnson thought about the 3. She'll pass it over to Asifa, who loses it. And I think they're going to call a foul that time on the Riders as the ball was loose. And yeah, the girl just kind of making a hustle play, diving for the ball, and the referee calls a foul that time. Really not for sure if I agree with that, especially being the situation the ball was loose on the ground. So the Knights will get the possession. That foul was on Cousins, her first, or actually her third. She'll stay in the game. Pasika is in for the Riders. Brooklyn Rose, a sophomore, is also in for the first time. Egert's shot no good. Be a foul over the back on the Riders. Also in the game for the first time is Lauren Schlatter. She's a 6-foot senior. So Schlatter and Rose making their appearances for the first time here in the third quarter. Here's Peterson, 3-pointer from the right wing, no good. Ruby Moore over the back on Pasica, so Ruby will get the foul. So we'll see Molly Abdouche is still on the bench for O'Gorman, kind of holding the chest rib area, so I think we'll see if she gets back in this game or not. Ball to the Riders. There's Rose for three. Oh, I thought she might get the front rim, back rim, and she does not. Cole offensive rebound, tipped away by Lucy Moore. Claire Benson with the ball for the Knights to Peyton Peterson. Down low is Agert. She was wide open. No one's guarding her. Gets her offensive rebound. Kind of like a Mikan drill. You throw it from one side of the block, you get on the other side and get the offensive rebound, get the putback for two. Julia Agert, double figures. So Terveen, Agert, and a douche all in double figures for the Knights. 48-17, O'Gorman leading, a minute 08 left here in the third period. Should be a running clock now with a 31-point lead. Here is Rose. Deep three-pointer is good. Brooklyn Rose from way outside. All 9 points in the quarter for Roosevelt on three-pointers. More dribbling and she's fouled. Cole, Cousins, and Rose, the three girls who hit threes for the Riders here in the third frame. So that'll be the fourth foul here on the Riders. That one's on Schlatter. Morgan Johnson and Cousins out for the Riders. Running clock now, and that ball. So we're going to call a foul that time on Brooklyn Cole, saying she held Agert, which it almost looked like she would have not called the foul on her. She would have had probably a layup opportunity on the inbounds pass. So Coach Bradfield talking to the referee about that one. First free throw was up and good by Agert. So Knights leading 49-20. There's 3.4 seconds left in the third quarter. The clock does stop on the free throws. So that's two fouls on Brooklyn Cole. Missed free throw, loose ball, got to get the shot up. Ruby Moore's three is no good. So that's how the third quarter will end here at O'Gorman. The Lady Knights leading the Rough Riders 49-20. One frame left. We'll be back here in about 30 seconds to start the fourth quarter from O'Gorman High School. Welcome back, Riders and Knights fans here on the Bishop O'Gorman Catholic Schools YouTube channel. I'm Brett Byler. Knights leading the Riders by 29 right now as we enter the fourth quarter. 49-20. It'll be Riders ball to start the fourth quarter. Brooklyn Cole with it. Knights in a little bit of a 2-3 extended zone. Here is Terveen with a steal. Her shot is no good. Loose ball. Morgan Johnson with it for the Riders. So Cole, Morgan, Johnson, Cousins, Asifa, and McCall. Your five for the Riders. Here's Asifa. Good look. Getting the ball to her by Cousins, and Asifa's fouled down low, I think, by Owanga Coy. I'll be Owanga Coy's third foul. Elizabeth Asifa to the free throw line for the night for the Riders. This will be free throw attempts 5 and 6 for her. Good job by Cousins recognizing Terveen was trying to head way to the other end of the basket to see if they would recognize she was down there, but Cousins does. Sometimes you can get she misses the free throw. Sometimes you can get a team sleeping on a play like that. Here is Ruby Moore's three-pointer short from the left side. Rebound, long rebound is to Morgan Johnson. Riders 2-7 in the season. Knights 8-0. So we're getting near the halfway point. These teams will play 20 regular season games, and obviously you have to qualify for the SODAC 16 to get into state, which is that first Friday of March. There's a pass that's batted away by Ruby Moore. It'll stay with Roosevelt. Peterson coming in for Lucy Moore. Cole did a good job kind of boxing Ruby Moore out that time, just not allowing her to get the ball before it went out of bounds. Riders possession now. Morgan Johnson, top of the key and around the three-point line. There's only 4 in the shot clock. Got to get a shot up if you're Roosevelt. Cousins, long three. Banks almost in and out. Here comes O'Gorman. Ruby Moore to Peyton Peterson. She'll get the screen from Eggert. Down low to the Okoye to the left block, and Owang Okoye gets the basket to go in. That's her first basket. So Okoye on the board for O'Gorman. Down low, Cousins short on the 10-foot shot. Rebound by Terveen. They're going to call a foul on Brooklyn Cole. Claire Benson coming in for Julia Eggert. 51-20, Knights leading. 5:30 left here in the fourth quarter. And I think at O'Gorman they are for a 5-second violation. We see the O'Gorman boys last night against Lincoln get 2 of those in the first half. So, yeah, 5 seconds to get the ball in bounds. If you don't, the other team will get the ball. Riders possession. There's a turnover. Terveen with a steal, and she will get the layup. So Sydney Terveen, 15 points, leading all scorers tonight. So Knights is kind of showing their flexibility offensively. Obviously, Abdush leading the team in scoring on the year. There's Cousins, right baseline, no good. Asifa, offensive rebound, but we've seen Peterson lead him in scoring off the bench Thursday night against Lincoln. Now Terveen tonight. We've seen Eggert do it. We've seen Abdush do it. Lucy Moore can also do it. So just so many options for the Knights offensively. Terveen over to Peterson for 3, a little bit long. Ruby Moore with it. And Peterson is tied up by Cousins and Cole for the Riders. So we got 4 subs for the Riders. Pasika, Olsen, Rose, and Schlatter coming in. Cousins, the only starter still in for the Riders. There's Ruby Moore. Nice play on the inbounds, and she'll score. So Ruby now, I think, has 7 points for O'Gorman. There's a 3-pointer by Rose. No good. Claire Benson with the rebound. Pasika all over her. Tyla Mooney. And okay, so we got some different numbers. Tyla's wearing 23 tonight. Over to Lizzie Catman. Here is Peyton Peterson dribbling in and scoring. So Ruth Dvorak and Abby Makuska in for the Knights. So we got all subs in for both teams. In for the first time for Roosevelt is Mackenzie Johnson, a 5'5" senior guard. So really plays Cousins. So Rose getting guarded hard by Mooney. She'll throw it away. So the Knights will have possession. 57-20, O'Gorman leading, 2:49 left here in the third quarter. Got a running clock going at O'Gorman High School. So that's why if you're kind of watching it, the fourth quarter feels faster than normal. That's because of the running clock. Ruby Moore to Tyla Mooney. Cross court to Abby Makuska. Makuska to Dvorak. Excuse me. Here's Ruby Moore, spin move. And misses the 12-footer and rebound by Olsen over to Pasika. Back to Johnson. Corner will be off Rose's hands. Will go to O'Gorman. Knights have scored 8 here in the fourth quarter. Riders have yet to score. Referee kind of, the ball landed in some moisture or something, but gets that thing cleaned off and ball to O'Gorman. Here's Ruby with it. Over to Catman for 3. No good. Saved that time by Dvorak and stolen by Olsen. Schlatter, I think Catman got a shot to the face. And Schlatter will go to the free throw line. So Schlatter to the free throw line. First one is up and good. Riders here now on the board in the fourth quarter. 57-21, $1:19 left. Knights will move to 9-0. Riders will fall to 2-8. Second free throw was no good by Schlatter. Rebound by Ruby Moore. Ooh, Tyla Mooney thought about the 3. She'll pull it back out. Here is Catman. Baseline, drive, shot is good. So Lizzie Catman, nice drive, left baseline, off glass for the basket. Ooh, almost had a collision with 2 Riders that time. Here is Rose with it, and she's trapped, fouled on the arm. It's Dvorak's second. Third team foul of the fourth quarter. Mackenzie Johnson with it, looking for Rose. Rose for 3, short. Olsen with the rebound. That's blocked by Ruby Moore on the Johnson free throw line jumper. Mooney with it. I think Tyler will probably just hold the ball, or O'Gorman in general just hold the ball and run out the clock. We'll see. Maybe not. Down low is Mooney. No good. Loose ball. Schlatter with it with 4 seconds left. Rose. She'll shoot from Steph Curry range. No good. And that's how the girls' varsity game will end, with the Knights 59, the Roosevelt Rough Riders 21. O'Gorman moving to 9-0 on the season. Roosevelt falling to 2-8. Riders will be back in action on Tuesday night. They'll host Sioux Falls Jefferson at 7 p.m. O'Gorman girls back in action Monday night as they're at Yankton at 7 p.m. That's a makeup from the game last Saturday the 15th that was postponed due to snow. Saturday the 13th, excuse me. So the Lady Knights win 59-21. We'll have about 15 minutes before the boys game starts. We'll take a break. We'll get back on the air in a little bit for a little pregame. Boys, O'Gorman boys, Roosevelt boys coming up here on the Bishop O'Gorman Catholic Schools YouTube channel.